what happens, and we are live. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Looks like we're live. And hello, everybody in Facebook world and in the group here. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, our weekly series of experts that we connect with and share their expertise and gifts to all of you to actually support you in your life and where you want to go. So I have with me today the beautiful Beatrice Boots, and she'll be sharing with us a method called RAEA. RAEA. How do you say it? RAEA? RAEA?
RAEA. Yeah, RAEA.
Yeah, and she's an intuitive business coach. So I'm really excited to learn this something new, and she will be sharing this method with us today. It's an effective method to release what no longer serves, or whatever, or no longer need what you need, and it helps you to align with what you're ready to receive and embody, so that you can anchor this process into your body. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we go any further, and if you're here watching, please let us know. And in the chat, I love to hear who's watching and have some interaction. So yeah, just let us know. But before we get started, Beatrice is going to take us into a beautiful landing in the space process. And so you can get a flavor of the frequency for you to feel what we're going to be going into today. So just to bring us back here, so I'd hand it over before I even share your qualifications. Beatrice, over to you.
Hi, everybody. So glad and I feel very privileged to be here with the lovely Jo and with every one of you, whether you look live or in the replay. We're all connected. Time and space doesn't exist in my world, so it's all about here and now. And I'm going to bring in indeed a method and give you a flavor of that at the very start, so that we can land in our bodies better and be more present and raise our vibration. So this morning, this is something that happens often when I do something came in, and it was frankincense. So frankincense is the oil that I'm going to use for us to basically connect with source, but also to bring it down into our bodies and to the earth. And also a stone, a very special stone that I received from somebody about a couple of months ago, which is a really good stone, a very precious, rare stone from Tasmania. And I'll write later the name because I can't pronounce it. And it's to help also to really open the chakras and to bring us in our body. And it felt very connected with frankincense. And with the frankincense oil, I will bring in the frequency. So I'm asking you all to just close your eyes, including Jo, feel your feet on the ground, and take a deep breath into your belly. And a deep breath out through your belly. And just have the intention that this will bring you into your body, and also for your nervous system to instantly calm. I allow the light of frankincense to support me, to know that I'm always divinely connected and that I am fully supported to be who I am, and to empower me to make aligned decisions and take inspired actions. Just keep breathing. Receive. All you have to do is keep your focus on your body and especially on your belly of light. And just let this frequency flow through your body. And if at any moment in this talk, this chat, you feel a bit disconnected, then say the word frankincense out loud and it will instantly connect you back with the oil. And the frequency that is coming through for you through the essence, the frankincense essence. Hey Joe, and everybody who's listening, you can slowly open your eyes.
Wow.
How was that for you, Joe?
You know, it's such a beautiful way to open the space, isn't it? So, yeah, it just felt very expanded for me, and in fact, and a little emotional, in fact. So, it's amazing how just getting connected back into our body can just change the energy of and actually help you to assimilate all those emotions that come up and just be with it, be present with it, because
That's
it's no
right.
right and wrong, right? It's just, it just is. And I really thank you so much for that opening. It's such a gift it's very special to land into my body and be grounded, be grounded. And these are the things that are going to help us support us in our journey too. So thank you so much. That was just beautiful.
You're very
Absolutely.
welcome.
I just want to take a moment to honor you and also just to share with our audience who you are and what you do. And as an intuitive business coach, Beatrice supports successful entrepreneurs who are at a crossroads in their life to reinvent themselves and their life and their business so they can fully fulfill their purpose and their mission in the world. And Beatrice was also chosen amongst the top 15 coaches in Perth. She's from Perth, WA, in both 2022 and 2023. So that's what an amazing, what an amazing feat. That's amazing. Like that just is the caliber of people that are in that realm. She's also a writer, a traveler, a healer, and she dedicates her life to guiding people to their journey towards unraveling who they truly are at the core, whilst fully embracing their talents and their gifts. And I got a fun fact as well. Beatrice means luck bringer, and she's dedicated to spreading light into the world. So welcome, Beatrice. Thank you. I'd love you to elaborate in that fun fact, if you may.
That's nice. And I really feel like I am bringing luck to the world, and often I bring luck to myself. So I feel very privileged to have received this name from my parents. And yes, and it came through because my mom was looking after her au pair child in Paris, and she loved the name so much that she decided that if she would have a daughter, she would name her Beatrice in French. And basically, I received my name even before my birth, and that feels very special. And I think I chose to incarnate into this name and into this body to bring my gifts to the world. And I feel actually very privileged because I have a bit of a premiere, I don't know how you say it, but I've just received a notification a couple of days ago that I actually have been chosen somewhere else as the top 5
Wow.
coaches in birth. So
Oh, congratulations.
thank
That's
you.
amazing. And you know, that's big recognition and of who you are and what you do and how you're changing people's lives. So well done. That's
Thank you. And it's also special for me to have received this in Australia because I did like, the family constellations, right? So about a year ago, I requested for a country constellation where I asked people that were representing that country, I asked them what that country represented to me because I've lived in so many different countries. And for Australia, it came through that Australia, I've been living here for my parents because I've lived. For Australia, it came through that I hear an echo here for my parents.
you there? You there?
Yeah, I heard like myself speaking, like I was double speaking.
Yeah, I heard that too. I've just checked yeah, that should be right. You good?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so
In Australia, you were saying about
yeah, I was a little bit distracted by that, but Australia apparently represents for me the big supporter of my work. And that, it feels like Australia is such a big country, and I come from the Netherlands, which is such a small country, and my horizon and my world is really stretched and expanded by moving into bigger countries, literally, and becoming, accepting the role that I have and
yeah.
to bring out the gifts into the world. It's been a long journey, but it feels like I'm very supported by the universe, and also by Earth and Australia as a country, but also with the old culture of Australia. So I feel very privileged to be here.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And yeah, because it's such an important thing to feel at home wherever you are, right? And I remember also coming to where I am now for many years. As soon as I hit the tarmac, I'm like, I'm home. And I couldn't be there at the time, but eventually got to where I am now, and it's just you are in the right place, doing what you needed to be doing in the world. So you're from the Netherlands. When you talked about France, I was thinking, I'm a bit confused, but you actually are. I thought yeah. So
No,
that's
I am from the Netherlands, but I did speak French before, English, and now that you're talking about feeling at home in a country, for me actually the traveling, what it helped me to do was feel at home in my own body. So I do feel at home in Australia, but I feel at home actually. It doesn't really matter where I am anymore. I always feel at home because I bring my body with me. And it took me such a long time to feel at home in my body and to feel at home on earth. But now I just feel like it doesn't really matter anymore where I am. So that's the embodiment, I guess.
yeah, that's almost the missing piece, isn't it? So no matter where you are home in
Yeah.
your own body. And today's topic is about embodying your worth,
Yes.
which is so important, but also it's a practice. Okay. And I think we need to
True.
find these processes and what you're going to teach today to be able to really land it, into the body, like really ground us into who we truly are through the practice, right?
That's right. And I think that everybody goes, and specifically highly sensitive people, we all go through that journey of not fully being embodied and not fully being present in our body. Although it sounds so simple, it's actually such a deep practice that you have to, it's like building a muscle, right? Like training a muscle to be present in your body. And it's not as easy as it seems, and it's something that is actually what is overlooked, I think, as well, is that we think, okay, that we are on a journey, and we've been told that before, you know, between 0 and 50 everything has to happen, because after 50 is kind of life is not, you know, you're not part of society as much anymore as before. But actually, when you look at the chakra system, every 7 years you develop one chakra more fully. So you are going through 7 times 7 stages or years of coming into your refining that chakra, and it goes from the root up. So it takes 49 years to fully develop. So we're actually, am I right? 49, 7 times 7, 49. Just checking. Yeah, but so it's actually the opposite. Our full potential is being reached or opening up even from the age of 49, and we have the biggest potential between 50 and 49 and 100. So it's like we're being taught the opposite of what is true, and that has a big effect on our worthiness, I think. We just
Absolutely.
feel worthy. We
Yeah.
need the time to feel worthy. That is, I don't know, it seems to be for a lot of people the case. It just takes time to feel worthy, to discover what your gifts are, what your talents are, and to start really acknowledging yourself and honoring your body and all of that. And then a lot of people cut off because they think they're too old. And that's actually where it starts. So when you start to value your everything in your life, and including your worth, then a whole new world opens up to bring your gifts out there and your talents out there into the world.
Yeah, I love that. I really do, because what tapped in for me was that so many are that are disconnected from their body are looking for external validation in the world, or you know, or things to make them feel good about who they are and what they are. And that was new information for me about the seven times 7 chakras within the chakra systems. That's really powerful, because I think there's when I look back on my life, I feel like, yes, there was these incremental openings of new ways of being in the world. And as I got older, and I'm 62 now, I feel like something opened up, like my wisdom chakra, if there's a wisdom chakra, you know. But all the things that I'd learned throughout those years have really come to flourish and be able to share that out in the world. So I feel like it's really important to acknowledge where you're at, and that it's an age is just a number at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. It's all relative, right? It's all relative, and you are as old as you feel. And you know, that's the bottom line. If you keep yourself healthy, which should be your main focus, and you know, your Facebook group is all about reducing stress, and we have so much stress in our life and so much overwhelm in our life, so much choices that is actually, you know, comparing yourself constantly with others. And when you step out of that, and you you feel comfortable in yourself and with a community or communities to feel at home in your body and feel at home in the world through the connections that you build, then you actually do reduce your anxiety naturally. And that's so important. And then to keep healthy it should be your number one constantly. And then you can, enjoy life as well as be of service to the world.
Absolutely. And having that support. And also another thing I wanted to highlight is learning from those who have walked before you. So even if you're in your 20s or 30s, you can model or learn from your elders to speed that process up, so to speak, and really learn to embody and live from a place of your own worth through the experience of others.
Yeah, that's so important that you mentioned that, actually, Joe, because of course, I think that the younger generations anyway, they are faster. They are faster than older generations were, and it goes faster and faster and faster. The learning goes faster. So it's great to be aware of that, and to also get help if you need help, and whether that is from your community or from somebody professional to learn from, because we all walk a path before somebody else, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody's done it before us, always. Look at the light bulb and all the things, and the plane and the first air flight, their first, the Wright brothers and all of those, that history before us. It's been done. And if you can see it's been done before by somebody else, then you can learn how to do it yourself. So you just got to follow your intuition. It's your gold, right? I want to talk more about that. It so
is. Yeah.
And so when we talk about using that, like you specifically use it for helping women and albeit anyone, business people in and learning how to discern what's the next step. So that's my perception.
It's very, and I actually have a really interesting story, and it only happened yesterday with a new client of mine. I have a group, Yin Yang membership group, and in that group, in those groups, we actually also build community, and we basically learn to do business from the inside out, and to lean more into the feminine energy, to do things in your own way, rather than listening to all the business coaches and all the advice out there, which is causing you overwhelm, but to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition and your own inner wisdom, to discover your own ways of taking action, aligned action with your higher good, and also creating your own strategies, right? Instead of copying and pasting other people's strategies. And I had a new lady in a new group, and this lady, she was struggling a bit, because she's a content writer, and she had problems. She had a dip in her finding clients, although she has spent a lot of money on a business coach, and she has all the structures in place, and now she feels like she's a bit lost in how am I going to do it in my own way. So that's why she came into my membership. And she told me after the call, so we did some discernment is a big thing I do with clients, is in it's important to learn to say yes, and it's also important to say no, because you can when you say no to clients that are, or to people in your life for that matter, that are not aligned with you and that don't fully resonate with you, it opens space for people that do resonate with you, and you can find your soul clients, rather than than any client that comes to you and asks for your help, right? And so I was talking about this in my membership, and it really resonated with her. And after the call, she got a message from an organization that had a job for her. And the job was content writing, and it was a big job, so it really would solve her money issues at the moment. But the job that was offered to her was about writing about meat, like animal flesh. And she was already thinking about becoming a vegetarian. And I myself am a vegetarian since 5 years, and I've really found that not eating meat does raise your vibration like really big time, right? And she was thinking about becoming a vegetarian, and now she got this assignment. And later she said it kind of made her nauseous. And that was interesting because when I heard about this, it made me nauseous too, just hearing about this job for her. But I said to her, I'll teach you a method to find out if this is something you need to do or not, because it's not up to me to say you shouldn't do this job, right? It's up to her to be brave enough to say no. And if she wouldn't have said no, it's up to me to respect that and to honor her decision making. So I left the exercise with her, and she did it. And she told me later that she had felt nauseous, and she had found that she shouldn't do it. And she felt really strong that she had made that bold choice. And it was very brave, of course, because she needs money. And then like an hour or two later, another job came into her inbox that was about the environment and helping the environment forward. And it was completely aligned. And it all happened within a couple of hours.
There you go. That's just evidence, right, of when you are discerning, but also choosing from a place of conviction rather than desperation is what's coming through for me. And and also allowing the space to have that, to let it land and know what's right for you without anybody's, you know, that's a big thing. A lot of people need to get everyone's opinion before they make the decision. But hey, your body is the indicator. Like feeling, you know, what she was shown was it was not the right thing. And when you make those choices, everything else aligns, but also you're opening up, opportunities and you're it's like you're fast tracking your life in a way to where you need to be. That's what wow, that's given me goosebumps.
Absolutely. This is so nicely put, Joe. And it opens up the space to deliver to you what the universe wants to deliver to you. And in this case, it worked really, really fast. And sometimes it takes more time, but it's this inner trust. And you used two words that were very important. I don't remember what you used, but it was, it's very spot on what you said. I love it.
Thank you. I just feel into that. And I was like, whoa, right? It's like, that's how it works. That's the process, you know? And
that's it.
we're all, a lot of people so stuck in a life that they're just so unhappy with because they don't think there's anything else better. And
because we're so conditioned that we're told that there's nothing else. And I was lucky enough to grow in a family where I was completely given the space to do whatever I liked. And I feel so privileged that I did. You know, I have a creative background in writing and photography, and there was no pressure put upon me to do something that would make me money or anything like that. And yes, it has been a long journey to find my way in the world, but it is so important to give yourself permission to follow your heart and to follow your intuition and to follow whatever you need to do in the world, because you have, you know, I believe in reincarnation, but I still think this life is so precious that you shouldn't waste it to do whatever somebody else wants, right?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm feeling you. And this is what life is about, truly living and embodying who you are and what you're worth, and not allowing other people to dictate what you could or should be doing, which really messes up your life's purpose in a way and what you're meant to be
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. Yeah. It's like an interference. Like,
That's right. And we're living in a time where we are moving into the age of Aquarius, where we're so encouraged to actually embrace our true higher life purpose calling. And life purpose doesn't have to be so big as we think it is. It's just becoming who you are. That's why I like to say unraveling, unraveling and get to the core of who you really are. Because when you get to the core of who you really are, you basically are living your life purpose step by step anyway. You don't have to find this thing to live your life purpose, right?
yeah, that thing out there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's always in here, isn't it? Like we can only find it from within, truly. And it's a practice. So wow, already we've got lots of wise words of wisdom, and I just tapping into that process that you were shared with your client yesterday. Is that the same process that you were sharing with us today?
It's a little bit deeper. I just feel like we are really co-creating here. I just feel like in a nutshell, can I tell your community
Yep.
how I got to how I unraveled who I am at the core? Because I think it's very valuable for people to hear that story, because they heard a lot of positive things about me, but they haven't, or positive or negative, it's relevant, but I think it would be very valuable to hear that story. Is that okay?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So basically, I didn't feel at all at home in my body until 2018. I was doing all the things I loved. It was not like I wasn't doing anything I loved, but I wasn't fully incarnated in my body. And as a child, I was very highly sensitive and spiritual, and I was helping people pass. They came for my they came to me to be supported to pass, but it was a big thing for me as a child, and I felt very overwhelmed and very scared sometimes. So it was difficult for me to handle that gift. And at the age of 20, around 20, I went to see somebody and actually asked that medium to take that gift away from me, because I was so desperate, as in I didn't feel at home in my body, and I didn't feel like I was capable to carry that task. And so I did all the things I loved. I had a travel business, and I brought women to Paris to fall back in love with themselves. And on one of those trips, when I had moved to Australia in 2018, so it's a bit longer than 5 years, and when I was going to Paris for a trip to bring a group of people to all the lovely off the beaten track places, I was going to stay with a friend and a colleague photographer who was going to take pictures of my trip, of the tour, for promotion purposes. And this lady was such a talented woman, and she was so precious, and I instantly liked her when I met her first a couple of years beforehand. And I was in contact with her before I left Perth, and she was all really excited about me coming over. And then when I came to Paris on the evening, I stayed in a hotel one night because I couldn't get through to her, and I was really confused and upset, and I felt abandoned, and I felt like, why is she not contacting me? And I felt really scared as well that something dangerous, serious would have happened. But I had all of those emotions flowing through me. And then a few days later, I found out that she took her own life. And this was such a big event for me that it shocked me out of my body even more. So I wasn't really fully incarnated, not fully connected to my body, but it kind of shocked me out of my body. Sometimes shock can just pull you out. And also because I am such a highly sensitive soul, what I started to do is use those gifts that I had received as a child already, and I was helping her to pass, basically, because she was in hospital for a couple of days, and I had a spiritual mentor, Janine Thorpe, who taught me the RAEA method as well. And she was my guardian angel on earth because she helped me to use essential oils to guide Angelique, was her name, on her journey back home. And that was my life savior. So I started to connect with the essential oils in a way that I had never connected with an essential oils before, and that slowly brought me back into my body next to therapy, where I had, therapy where I was wrapped in blankets and received massages to really fully incarnate in my body, because I was so lucky I had a Rudolf Steiner doctor, because my mom is very much ahead of her time, and I was very lucky on all different levels. But just to say that my journey was a very long one, where I didn't see my gifts, I didn't dare to talk about my gifts. I even pushed my gifts away until the moment that Angelique, in fact, gave me the gift, and I wrote a book, Phoenix Rising, about a story in Phoenix Rising about this gift and this story, because she basically, I think we had an agreement before we got incarnated to do this together, to do this co-working life purpose together. And I still am in contact with her, and I still am in contact with lots of souls that have passed. But this is a very special soul for me, and she has basically given me the gift of life. And I just truly want to honor Angelique and say how immensely grateful I am for her presence, for her encouragement, and also for coming through today, because it feels like she's coming through really strongly today in this group, in this community. And yes, thank you very much, Angelique.
Wow, what a gift. What a gift she's passed on for you to carry forward. Okay, I just saw this, that like Olympic fire flat thing they carry, the fire. Cauldron they carry.
Torch.
That's it, the torch. And that's what the vision that came through for me when you were sharing that. It's like you've been passed on to share this gift with the world, and to support more people. And how beautiful is that?
That is so beautiful, Jo, that you say that, because Angelique was just a beaming light.
Yeah.
A beaming light. She was such a happy, she was bipolar, and I didn't know that, but all I saw from her was this beaming light all the time. And yeah, it was almost crazy how light she felt. And yeah, of course, she had this darkness inside of her as well, which obviously made her do what she felt she needed to do. And I know she did it when I was in Paris, because she needed my support. And I honor that as well, although it was a very difficult path for both of us. But it feels like, yeah, you're spot on. She gave me the torch, because I wasn't shining my lights.
Yeah. It's like, step up, girl. It's your turn. That's beautiful. That is just beautiful. And yeah, wow. There's just always usually there's always a story behind the person that's out there doing what we do in the world, because it takes courage, right? And it's
Takes
almost
so much
like,
courage.
yeah, it's just almost like, yeah, I feel like, it takes a certain quality, but also, and courage to step into it, and to continue to show up and to do what we do, because there's no guarantee
There's no
financially
guarantee. There's no guarantee.
and financially as well. You know, you have to surrender all of that.
Surrender is the key word, I think, as well. And I think courage is a key word, but
Mm,
also I feel like courage in asking for help,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
because that's what I think I didn't do enough up till then. And then I started to do that. And I
Mm,
think when you are courageous enough to ask for help, you're actually showing up in the world and saying, I want to do this. I am embracing this life. I am walking this path to the full. And that will, when you receive the support you need, then you will also find the confidence in yourself, because sometimes it's just easier to, when you work with somebody else, to find that confidence in yourself. We all need other people in our life to walk this path. We are walking this path together. And it's interesting because I brought out cedarwood. I thought cedarwood would be very, very nice for this group, because it's such a beautiful community that you have created, Joe. And cedarwood is all about community and feeling connected in that circle. So I just wanted to let you know that that is a very good oil. And the oils are also, I share the oils. And if anybody is interested, you can reach out to me to because you receive so much support when you decide to use those oils. Yeah, the team I work with is really amazing. So if anybody is interested, but don't want to keep you too long, and we have to
yeah.
do the
Yeah.
methods.
Yeah. When you say team, it's like, oh, is she talking about the team up there or the
Yes,
team?
yes.
Yeah.
It's both, because
Both.
there's work with a team of people, but we also work with a team of light workers
Yes.
through the oils. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you bring into the beautiful process that you do, right? You blend them so that they're more effective, because I know that scent is very powerful in changing the neuro pathways as well when you bring that in. So yeah, I'm excited to learn about the
The
actual
RAEA
method.
method.
Yeah, I'm like,
The, me- the
pardon?
method the method is super simple.
Yep.
So the method is very simple, and I actually already received the cards yesterday. They came in yesterday, so I don't have to pull them today. That will that I could have done that as well, but they just came through,
Yes.
and I knew those were the cards that I needed to use. So basically, I have different card decks from Janine Dorp, and one of them is essential oils card deck, and the other ones is more a purpose orientated card deck. And what I do is I pull one card for releasing, which is the essential oil card. And with the release comes also the support. Then I pull one card for aligning with what we are ready to receive. So first, what we are ready to let go of. Then we align with what we are ready to receive. And then we embody what we need to embody. And then we anchor what we need to anchor. And that's actually all it is through those cards. And so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and when I read the frequencies, the essences, just allow it to flow through you. Don't overthink it, but it will wash it through your body, through your system, in your aura, in your energy field. You can allow it to flow into the earth, into your space, to clear your space. So it's just allow it intuitively to flow wherever it needs to flow. And all you have to do is be present and listen to the words. Right?
Yeah. And actually, I just want to say to the audience right now, I have actually experienced a process with Beatrice a few weeks ago when I was not feeling 100%. I was having vertigo at the time. And I just laid back and allowed myself to receive this beautiful, practice that she did in the recording that I caught, and it was absolutely divine. It was just what my body needed. And so this is going, I'm really excited for you. Do people need to have a specific intention at all, or is it through the cards that you're bringing forward?
I am more in favor with this method to not set an intention, because sometimes when we set an intention, we get into our head more. Whereas when I pull the cards, or when you pull the cards yourself, then you just receive whatever you need to receive, and
Yeah.
it's more open.
Beautiful. Okay. When you're ready.
I'm ready. So you can feel your feet on the ground, close your eyes, just connect with your sitting bones and your feet, and maybe send some roots out into the earth from your feet and from your sitting bones, so that you have a steady pillar of support here on earth. Just observe if your roots are bright red or dark red or anywhere in between, if they are growing down straight, or if they're growing down in kind of spirals, if they are thick or thin. Just observe what they look like. And just take a deep breath into your belly and a deep breath out. And I suggest that you just maybe put your hands on your heart, on your belly, wherever feels more comfortable for you. And connect with that spot in your body specifically. And trust that whether you feel it or not, this is going to work for you. This is flowing through you. And clear out the space and the spaces in your body and in your environment that need some clearing out. And the first step is release. And for release, I pulled wild orange. And wild orange is an oil that helps us to connect with abundance and worthiness. It's like when you look at an orange tree, it's just giving so many citrus fruits in general. They give so much fruit. It doesn't think about it. The plant is just, growing first as a tree, and then it just starts to blossom, and it grows the oranges, and it just gives it back to the world. And year after year after year, it's just this cycle that is so full of abundance. And when you tune into the wild orange, you can experience that abundance is already everywhere in your world when you want to see it. And I'm going to read the wild orange frequency just for you to release anything around this that you no longer need. Wild orange. I allow the light of wild orange to support me, to feel nourished and embraced by the warmth of kindness and empathy, to nurture a deeper connection with myself and to open up to receive and experience the abundance within all life. So anything that you don't need around limiting beliefs around abundance, you can now release. Just feel it flow into the earth, where it can be transmuted and fertilize the soil for that wild orange tree to again grow stronger and more beautiful and give you more abundance. Okay, we trust that this will maybe continue, maybe it's completing. Just trust that this will continue to complete. It's not been completing. And now we move on to the next step, which is aligning. And the alignment card that came through was living your purpose. And it's a code, a universal code, essence. So just have the intention to align with this frequency, with this essence, living your purpose. I allow this living your purpose code to support me to raise my vibration, to open up to a greater sense of living my purpose. And we go to the next step, which is embodying. And again, it's from the universal code essence. And a code means there is a more deepness in us. So there's more diverse and more layers of frequencies in that code that you need at this moment to embody this whole process. And it's called health. I allow this health code to support me to raise my vibration and to open up to greater vitality, health, and well-being. And I feel this specifically flow through our hips, bum, root chakra, legs, ankles, feet, connecting you with lower part of your body to experience a deeper embodiment, grounding, and worthiness. And gratitude for the body that you have in this lifetime that is doing such wonderful things for you, whether you're aware of it or not. It's okay. Just trust. Then we move on to the anchoring of this whole process, from releasing through the wild orange, living your purpose, for the alignment and health, for embodiment. Now we move to anchoring. And anchoring is from the purpose, path, and direction essence set, and it's called vision. I allow this essence to support me to allow through and to be true to my higher vision. So this feels like a dual kind of energy where you are pulled into the ground very steadily, embodied, healthy, full of vitality, like the wild orange tree who is full of vitality so that it can give all of the abundance out and also receive that health itself as a tree. And this is the same thing that's happening for you when you listen to this, whether you are listening live or in a replay. And it feels like from the root down, it opens up all of the chakras and it goes right into your inner eye, your third eye, and it opens up like woof, like whoosh, like a whooshing feeling up your vision wider and wider and further out. Clearing all of the clutter and the fogginess. And just trust this process. So you don't have to see anything specific. It's just a fact. It's just a matter of trusting that this is happening, so that whatever needs to come into your awareness will come into your awareness over the next few hours or the next couple of days. Feel this is completing. Going to give gratitude to the beings of light and nature intelligences that have supported us in this process. Archangels, angels, higher self, intuition, completing. Just take one last deep breath into your belly and out. And then open your eyes.
Wow. Massive. Wow.
Does that feel, Joe?
Ooh, get back, get back, get back. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I was so, and a fascinating process. I teach a similar thing, and I did in my tribe meeting this morning with my ladies, and part of it is about releasing, but that was just that your guidance on that was just a whole new level.
It's always good to receive it from somebody else, right? However practiced you are, there's always so much value in receiving either something different or something from somebody else, because you can stay more present when you hear me talking and me channeling everything. Also thanks to the beautiful stone that I was talking about and the frankincense that we brought in earlier on. And then, my channel. And it's just bringing that to you as you bring that to your community when you do it.
Absolutely. They're
Your
just
energy.
being so present and being in the process itself, rather than having to guide people. But can I just share quickly a little bit about what happened for me?
I would love to. This is a long call, but I don't.
I know it is.
Mind.
I've just looked at, we're going an hour, but the first part.
It's worth it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been amazing. Absolutely. We could talk all day, actually. The orange tree and the feeling of like I've actually smelt the oranges. It was that visceral, it was that real. And then here in my jaw, first of all, it started in the back of my head, and in my jaw it was like this, when you go to a dentist and you get numbed. It was this whole, so it was like, okay, that's where I need to release from. What am I holding in my jaw, right? Which is interesting because I've been doing a lot of yogic practices around my jaw really and neck and head of late. But it was like, oh, and then as you went on to the next step, it then dissipated and I was able to but I went so deep that I almost fell off my chair.
Oh my goodness. And it's so cool. It's so aligned, Joe, because of course I brought through the wild orange through the oil and I shared it with you all and you smell it. So that's amazing to start with. And
Mm.
then I just had a crown put in only a couple of days ago, and I've had a lot of jaw release done by a physiotherapist, and recently as well. And it was, you were pointing at this side, which is probably my
You're
other side, so we're
yeah,
mirroring each other.
yeah,
And when I was in the dentist chair, I felt this going all the way, the stuff that makes you numb. It went all down to my throat on this right side, and now you are kind of pointing at that area. It's just crazy.
yeah. It's all relevant, right?
It's so
Wow.
relevant. That's what we have to release, obviously, in different. And if you feel something else somewhere else, it doesn't really matter.
No,
Wherever
exactly.
you need to release, for you, that's where you need to release. Wherever you need, whatever you feel with the alignment is for you is relevant. The same with the embodiment and with the anchoring. There's no right or wrong, right?
Yeah, no right or wrong, and it's different for everybody. The experiences, yeah, I've heard over the years. So I really appreciate having that experience again with you, because it's so important to take that time. And I talked about this morning as well. It's take that time to do the practices to really allow the body to release what it needs to release, because you cannot raise your vibration and invite something else in or receive. Mine's the 3 R's: relax, release, receive. You cannot do that until you let go of all the things that are holding you back, and usually trapped in your energetic field in your physical body is the first indicator of that. So that was absolutely beautiful, but also a great reminder of, and there's always something to release. Always. It's a
Always.
lifetime. It's so important. We think we got there. We're never going to get there, right? It's a process, a practice, and we've just got so many layers to us too, haven't we? It's just like the physical. I mean, yeah. But starting with the physical to get into the emotional and then releasing that, and then there's layers and layers and layers. We could, as I said, we could just chat about this all day long, but I really appreciate the time that you spent with us today and sharing your gifts. And this is in the recording, so ladies, you can actually go back and redo the process every day if you need to
Yeah.
raise your vibration and bring in what you want into your life. So thank
Yes.
you
And
so much.
And if you want to experience another, release, RIA journey, then you can go on my YouTube channel, where you find that I do regularly videos to do this process. So then I tune in with the energy of that week. And that is very powerful too, if you want to join me there.
Yeah.
And I do have a special offer for your ladies here as
Oh,
well.
thank
If you want to experience a journey one-to-one with me,
you.
I have a very special offer. And that is having a healing session to embody your worth. And I give that to your community for a very, very special price. And we'll put that in the link. How about that?
Yes, we're going to pop all your links into the comments after this. Didn't want to multitask, but
Yeah.
ladies can, go back. And if you're watching the replay, please leave your comments and let us know your experience. Or anyone, if you're watching live, let us know what your experience was. I shared mine and it was beautiful and powerful, just powerful. So
It'd be great to hear what others experience. And and if you don't experience anything, that's also okay. It's a matter of practice and presence. And just stay patient with yourself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you. Was there anything else you wanted that's wise to share, but is there anything else that you wanted to say before we close today?
No, I think we have said it. What we needed to say was said. It feels complete. So thank you so much, Joe, for
You're,
this
thank
beautiful,
you. That was just
beautiful time
beautiful.
together.
What a gift. Mwah. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Everybody.
Love, and Beatrice is in our group, and if you have any questions, pop them in and I'm sure she'd be happy to come and answer.
Absolutely, I will. Lots of love to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.